Hello and welcome to my tutorial on Proving Grounds Play. I would like to show you how to enumerate and essentially how to pawn this machine. FunBoxEasyEnum. Don't hesitate, enumerate intermediate as rated by community. And if we fire up our universal file with OpenVPN, we can see that this is our IP address, so we can confirm it with IPA, the .45.206, and then without further ado we do a basic scan. Now the reason why I didn't do all the ports, because for some reason it took me ages, and really and truly these are the only ports open. So SSH and HTTP. So we do an aggressive scan on port 22 and 80. I call it detailed scan. You can call it something else if you want. What I usually do is straight away type in the IP address that we have. We can see the default page, so nothing special really. And it's very quick. Obviously it's a Linux machine, as we expected from Proving Grounds Play machines. Usually I think they're all of them Linux. And I always do the SSH enumeration as well, because it just gives you an idea how old this machine is, what kind of system is in place, in case we have to use it. We can see the Apache Ubuntu, it's an old version. I ran Nikto earlier, so I just would like to show you, but actually hold on, we could use WhatWeb first, because that's the easier one. It's it's very quick. It just confirms what we already knew, nothing special. But if you want to do the Nikto with just a H switch, the host, and that's it. I really don't want to waste time with this, but what's interesting is the robots txt were found. It refers to a CVE vulnerability, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, we can check it out, but there's nothing special about that one. Let's enumerate this box. So this is the advice we were given. So what we can do is we can do a go buster. I don't think that's the right IP address. So 241.32 we need. So I usually use the sec lists and the directory list medium. Okay, something is not right. 241.32. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, so what I do is I usually use the directory listing medium, the case which is about the SSL, so we don't deal with that one. Basically we specify that, and the X is the extension. We check PHP, HTML, TXT, but of course you can name less or more, and I save it in gobuster.log, and I think we got the main thing, so I just shut it down. We got the robots, but we got this mini PHP, and I think if I had been more patient, because I scanned it before. Okay, it doesn't show up, but we have a PHP my admin section as well, but it looks like a rabbit hole as well. So if you go to navigate the mini PHP, we can see it's really cool, because we are actually in this directory already, the HTML, which is the www data. Now I put quite a few things, so forgive me for that, I forgot to delete them. Anyway, so what we do is we could just upload a file, but before we do that we could just copy this and look for it online. Now what I found, the first one comes up, it's very interesting. So if you click on this, you navigate to this one, is basically that's the coding. So it's really cool because we can actually have a look what's behind the scenes. Now I put it in the row because it's easier. So if you look at the upload, yeah, that's the one. So you've got the form and the type, the encoding type is multi-part form data, method post, so which is good, type file, name file. So it all looks good, but what it doesn't do is sanitize this file extension. So it looks like it's just checking for HTML special characters, but nothing specific, nothing else. So if you go back, we could actually upload our PHP reverse shell. But before, I wanted to show you something. If we wanted to, for example, click on www, we could just get into that directory. So clearly we can see an LFI, like a local file inclusion vulnerability, and here's a local txt file which we don't want to touch at the moment, but it's really interesting. So I tried different things. For example, you might want to do the etc password file. It doesn't work, so it just really displays the directory. So if I wanted to do just this one, then we can see all the contents of the etc folder directory, but nothing specific, nothing else really. So we can't read any files really, but we could upload something here if you wanted to, but I don't think we would have the permission. So really and truly, we just have to go back where we were in this one, and then what we could do is we try to find this PHP reverse shell with the locate command, and I found this one. So user share web shells, that's the best one, that's the default. And then and then what I've done is simply copy and paste, but I also renamed it. So I renamed it rev, sorry, PHP. I don't want to click enter because I've done this already. So if you do that, and if you edit this file, for example with nano, as we know, we have to change the IP address. So that's my IP address, and I use the port 443. I think is a bit better than the 4444. Again, in real life penetration testing, I think it's more obfuscated. 4444 is really obvious that some kind of attack is on the way, but this is just a CTF exercise, and as we know, it's not even sanitized anyway, so we don't know what kind of defense mechanism it has. But we browse, we look for the file, and then we open it, and then we just upload this. Is there, so wrap.php. So what we can do is we use this RL wrap, which makes it a bit easier for us to navigate once we have the shell. We open the port, and then basically it's extremely simple, because as you can see, the contents, which is the index and the mini PHP file, is there. So it's clearly showing us that it's at the root directory, so it's in the HTML folder. So just simply what we do, we just execute it here. And sorry, yeah, I forgot to tell you that we shouldn't do that. We could do that, but we know better. What we could do is we use curl. It's always safer to use curl or with Burp Suite rather than with the browser, because that can be quite unreliable. As you can see, we have a shell, so that was really that simple. Now, which is limited shell, I always check first if we have Python 2 or Python 3. They've got Python 3, so I just have a better shell. Command import pty spawn, and then we spawn a bin bash shell. Excellent. So as we look at it, we are www.data, and interestingly, we found ourselves in the root directory. So if you go back, if you want to have the flag, what does it say? So there it is, and then sorry, so we can just copy and paste it. Excuse me. So now the thing is, normally what we do is we check the Linux kernel. It's 4.15. It's an Ubuntu machine, which we already knew. It's 64 based, so it's all looking good. I'm sure that we could find some kernel vulnerabilities, but at the moment we're not interested in that. But also I wanted to show you this one. It's really important as well. We have a quick look the release. The reason why I use the star, because it's universal. So we have Ubuntu, so we could have used something different, but if you have a CentOS or Fedora or other Linux machines, it's universal. It always works, so it's really good. So as you can see, it's 18.04 Ubuntu Bionic Beaver, so yeah, it's definitely got some vulnerabilities. But what we are interested in is the other users. So if you look at it, we got a lot. So obviously we got the root, we got Carla, Harry, Sally, Goat, Oracle, Lissy. Now what's interesting is the Oracle has a password hash straight away. Now I went ahead and cracked it. Nothing special about it, but the thing is, it's not going to help us in the privilege escalation. So I'll show you why. So if okay, not this one. Right, so if I show you, so the simple, okay, I shouldn't have seen that one. So we echo where is it? Yeah. So we take this one up to this, paste it in the echo, right, and then we just yeah, we put it Oracle hash. Excuse me. So you can see, yeah, it looks like quite dodgy, to be honest. And even when I try to do hash ID, nothing came up. But as we can see, obviously it's a $sign. So $1, that means it's an MD5 hash. We usually recognize this quite quickly. Sorry about that again. So if we look at the help hashcat, and then let's say if I type in Unix, I think that would do it. Yeah. So as you can see, it's MD5 crypt. So if I do oh my goodness, hashcat. So we put the A0, it's important, and then we put the M500, so that's the number we have, and then we have user share, word list, ROQ, and we put the force. It's important because it's a VM machine, so you don't want to overheat the whole thing. And unfortunately it is not working because I've got it already. So, oh sorry, of course it's not working. So what we do is didn't specify the hash. Yeah, so the reason why it doesn't do anything, because it has done it already, and the password was hip hop. Now the problem is you can't SSH into the machine, so that's another point that I wanted to show you. So what's interesting is if we look at the group policy, the group arrangement, Carla and the goat is in the SSH group, so obviously these are the two that would be targeted. Carla is really good because she's in a lot of groups, as you can see, even in the sudo group, admin. So anyway, so the thing is, the idea is here is we try different things, it just doesn't work, and just to cut to the chase, we realize that sometimes users use their password as their username, which is a bit strange, but it can happen. And then what we did is we went ahead and we switched user to goat, and the password is goat, and then we are goat, which is excellent. So because we know this already, just leave this one here, and then what I can do, we can do something better, we can SSH into it. So it's gonna copy the SSH, but the HTTP, no, it didn't. Okay, that's good. And the password is goat. Obviously for you, if it asks the question, then you just say yes, because for you it's the first time to log in. Now we could do all sorts of stuff here, but the easiest is you put sudo l, and straight away it tells us that we can run this command with sudo. So this is excellent. Now if you do some quick research, you go to this website, GTFO bins, and I can show you actually how to do it properly. So this is the main page, and the easiest is you just type in here MySQL, and then we select sudo because this is what we are looking at the moment, and simply just really copy and paste it. So it's really that simple. Oh yeah, I forgot to check, says ID. So as you can see, we are in the SSH group, so that's why we could SSH, which is good. And boom, an ID, and we are root. Now I wanted to show you just a quick post enumeration, because I was so curious about this MySQL. So I just logged in without password, and we are in, so this is excellent. I'll just say show databases. We always have to use the semicolon, and click enter. We can see quite a lot. The phpMyAdmin is completely is really empty, so that was really like a rabbit hole. So if someone wanted to, so let's say so it does exist, the link, we could have access to it, and if you know the password of the root, then we could log in, probably. I don't know, I'm not sure. I've never reached that stage really, because the root password is usually complicated. So the easiest one is the DB one that catches our eyes. So what we do is we use the database, sorry, we don't sue it. We use DB1. So now we are there, and then we would like to see the tables, so show tables, again the semicolon, and the user. So what we're saying is select everything from users. And there you go. We have a name, Harry, and with a password. Now, if you just copy this, we don't even need hashcat. Just go to crack station, you type it in, I'm not robots, and the result is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So not a very strong password, I guess. And that's it really. This is what I found here. So if I exit from here, so if I wanted to become Harry, it doesn't ask the password because we are root, but if we, for example, if we go just to clarify it, what did I want? I forgot now. Yeah, to become Harry. Okay, so yeah, it says 1 2 3 4 5 6, and we are Harry. But there is nothing special about this guy. No special privileges, so it wouldn't really further the case. And also I forgot to tell you, yeah, so the Oracle user has the password hip hop. So even if you wanted to become Oracle hip hop, again we are Oracle, but honestly there's nothing special, so we can't really go ahead. Now what I've done is I uploaded, where is this? Oh yeah, so I uploaded both the Linux privilege escalation script, the LSC CVE, and I also uploaded limpies. Now this one was telling me that the PwnKit is a potential exploit. So what I've done, this is one of my favorite scripts from Joe Ammond on GitHub. So if you Google it, that's the CVE, and it's really good because it's a Python script. So just click on this one, go to row, I mean this is how I would do it, and just copy this link with wget. You just download it, and too many links. Yes, as you can see, is there this Python script. So that's an alternative how to become root. And I also wanted to show you something. Oh yeah, the CRED. So this is what I managed to crack. Yeah, Sally has got a password as well. So the only reason why I know, because if you check the shadow file, oh sorry, yeah, of course it's denied. So you have to exit from all of this one by one. So now we are root, so we can check the shadow file, and you see Carla would be a key character, I guess, as well, but I couldn't crack her passwords. But Harry is 1 2 3 4 5 6, Sally is a Eubra or whatever it is, Goat is Goat, Oracle is hip hop. Lisa doesn't even have a password, so is yeah. So we just do some kind of post enumeration, maybe just trying to figure out how to do it differently. But let's say now we are Goat. We go into the TMP folder. I mean, sorry, not the TMP folder. I mean, actually, yes, we could do this one as well. But what I have done is, yeah, that's the one. So when you are Goat, as it were, then if you're the Goat user, then basically in the HTML folder, sorry, not the Goat user, sorry, we are www data, I think. Oh no, of course we are Goat. Okay, so we have to exit from this one as well, so sorry for the confusion. So now we are www data, that's for sure, and we are in the HTML folder, where we could upload anything really, including PHP files. So we uploaded the limpies, like I said, but the LSC CV, this is the file that actually showed me that the PwnKit and the sudo vulnerabilities exist. And so you have to do the changing mode, because otherwise you can't do it with other users, because only the www data can do that. So that was my point actually, yeah. And then, but for me it's done already, and once you run it, then yeah, it tells you that that's the vulnerability. I want to show you, this is easier, SSH. We could transfer the file with SSH. I just do with yeah, it's already there. So just the wget, I think that's so easy, because you just really have to copy and then you, so if you download it with wget, so this file here, then basically what we do, you just fire up Python 3 m http server on port 80, and then with wget you copy this file, and then it's gonna transfer the file. And although it's a Python file, you still need to use the changing mode again. So once you've got this one, so as you can see, now I am a GOAT user, and what I'm gonna do is just really simply execute this file, and boom, and now I'm root. So that's the other way to do it as well. And then you can, of course, you can get the flag as a proof. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you got any comments, please don't hesitate. Any feedback, I am willing to accept constructive criticism, whatever it is that you have in mind. Any suggestion, or if you would like to see me doing a different tutorial, maybe on a different machine, that would be important for you, or you got any questions, that please contact me. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.